Hi there, my name is Charlie DeSchulo, and today you'll be listening to an exclusive interview with one of Massachusetts' most promising and exciting acts, Cyph Gttb. This interview originally aired on 91.5 WUML Lowell roughly 1 month ago, but due to technical difficulties, I couldn't air it right away on YouTube. I thought it would be a perfect time to drop the interview since Cyph's debut project, Artist Not Rapper, just dropped on all streaming platforms. The album, which has 10 tracks, is one of my favorite projects of the year. If you want to check it out for yourself, please check the description down below. For now, enjoy the interview. Today I'm with Cyph Gttb.
Yo, we in here, man. What's going on?
What does GTTB stand for?
So it stands for Get to the Bag, and that's basically like chasing your dreams. Cause I feel like me right now, I'm chasing my dream, and my bag is to make it like as big as I can and inspire as many people as I can too. So that's like my bag, like so like with this podcast. You want to make it big one day, I'm assuming, so you want to be a big podcast host one day. And that's going to come. You just got to keep working for it, but that's your bag. So that's the whole, definition to get into the bag.
So how long have you been rapping for?
I've been rapping for about almost 2 years. I started writing in March of 2020, and I started rapping in like July of 2020.
Nice, man, nice.
Yeah.
So do you produce your music as well?
I just write right now, but I go to like top tier engineers. I feel I got the best engineers around me. Like I'm not working with them unless they're top tier. So shout out Juice Money, shout out Lib, shout out my guy Showtime. Those are the only 3 producers I'm working with right now. And I love my content, so that's why I keep working with them.
How long have you been writing for?
I've been writing probably since March of 2020.
That's primarily like raps. You said you also like poetry as well.
Yeah.
Is it poetry as
Poetry,
well?
I've been doing this since like a kid. Like
Okay.
I used to love the haikus because it was like short and it was just like, it just got to the point. So I thought it was dope.
Why did you start recording your music?
At first, people were telling me to start doing it because they were like, yo, you have the voice for it. I thought you've been doing it for years. And people found out I've been doing it for only 2. And at that point, when people were finding out, it was like a couple months. So they was like, yeah, you definitely got something. So keep trying to pursue it and just keep grinding, don't stop.
Do you freestyle as well?
Sometimes I freestyle. It just depends. Like, if I'm pushed to freestyle, it's gonna make me not want to freestyle. But if I'm not pushed to freestyle, I might fuck around to freestyle. It just all depends how I feel. But me, I'm more of just like a writer, cause like I came through like the poetry roots, so like that just always been writing. That's why I always just like adore writing more. I feel like you're more creative too, cause you have more time to think of like creative bars, where like freestyling is quick, you flashy. You gotta think of like the whatever is like off the top of your head. So it's gonna be hard to keep. Some people do it for a living, I feel like, but some people, I'm in the middle.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Like, I feel like it's really hard, but if you're in like a good group, if you're like with like friends in a chill environment, that would probably work out pretty well.
100% the environment. Like if you're not being pushed, or if you're just having fun, you see other people doing, you're like, hey, it looks fun, I want to join. That's when you do. Like that's like the pure fun.
100%. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, this music stuff is just fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, we're in a position that we can be doing this stuff, so might as well have fun with it.
Yeah, exactly. You got one life to live, man. We gotta live it to the fullest, so might as well have fun while we're here.
100%. How often do you perform live?
It's gonna sound cocky, but almost every other week.
Okay.
Or like almost every weekend, if not.
So what got you in that routine?
What got me in that routine was the Big Bag Tour. Like the first time I ever performed, it was in the Big Bag Tour 2, I believe it was last year, and we got a Big Bag Tour 3 coming up now, so it's gonna be dope again. But originally that tour really set me up because we had shows like maybe twice a week, maybe every week, and some of these shows were out of state. So me being from Boston, I have to travel all the way to like New Hampshire, and that's far. That's at least like an hour.
Yeah.
But it's like that's dedication at the end of the day. Like it's a dream, and if you want the dream, you gotta chase it. That really prepared me for doing shows like back to back. Like recently I just had like 3 shows in 4 nights.
Wow.
Yeah, I had like one on a Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday I chilled out, and then I had a show on that Sunday. So yeah,
that's dedication, man.
Yeah, it's long and it be draining sometimes, but when you look at the end goal, it really takes away that stress and it really relieves all that.
So why do you perform? Is it trying to get your name out there, or are you trying to sharpen your skills?
Honestly, I would say both, and a third option, just to meet people. I feel like I met so many great people, like just doing music, and I wouldn't want to change it ever. There's a lot of people that I met through music, and I'm definitely blessed to be in the position I am. And I want to inspire a lot of people too. Like, so majority of my music is inspiration music. I want to like inspire people to go out there and like chase your dreams and do what you gotta do and be relatable too. Because a lot of these people idolize celebrities, and they gotta remember, like, celebrities are people at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, they're just like me and you. So why put them in that tier when they're just like us? So that's what I also want to do too.
Can you tell me about your first like major performance?
My first major performance, I opened up for Cyph. And if y'all don't know, he's a battle rapper, and I've been watching Cyph since I was like 16. I'm 22 now, so that's like about 6 years. So I opened up for him last November at Middle East Downstairs, and Middle East Downstairs is like kind of a big deal when you like open up down there, because it's a whole different setup from upstairs. Upstairs is great, but when you go downstairs, that's how you know it's like a deal, because you know it's definitely gonna be like a big name headline in that. So to have your name attached to that is great. And yeah, that was the first time I ever seen, like, that was probably the biggest show I ever did.
How did you feel about that?
I felt great. Honestly, I was just confident about it, and I was prepared for it. I was definitely ready for it. So
that's awesome.
And then after, people was coming up to me, and someone came up to me and said like my set stuck with them the most. So that like was mind blowing. It was just crazy how people just remembered my set. And I probably performed at like 9 p.m. and the last performance was probably at like 1:30.
Oh wow! So
for someone to say that, you know, at like the whole night, your set stuck with me the most. That's like motivational. It's definitely like top tier moment right now.
But I noticed that you don't actually have a first album out, do you?
Yeah.
Do you have an album out?
No, I don't. Right now I have a 3-song EP.
Okay.
And this moment I'm working on my album. It's like 80% done.
It's 80% done?
I'm planning on dropping it in July. I was gonna call it Trilogy, but I'm gonna change the name to Artist Not Rapper, because with this album I really want to show my artist side instead of my rapper side. I want to show that I could do more than just spit bars. I could definitely do a lot more creativity stuff. And what we got so far, me and Showtime, shout out Showtime, what we got so far is crazy. And like it just puts a smile on my face just knowing like I can't wait to see everyone's reaction to it.
Do you think you could elaborate on sort of the artist part? So what do you mean by artist?
By artist, I feel like there's categories when it comes to like rap and hip hop. You got artists and you got rappers. Where you see like Drake and Kanye, I see them more as an artist instead of a rapper. It's kind of like hard to explain, but if you get it, you get it. Because I feel like Drake doesn't fit in any category. Same with like Kendrick and J. Cole and Kanye. They don't fit in any category with like the new age. They always have their own style. So that's kind of how I want to make my music, have my own style and not cater toward the today sound. You know, like I want to have timeless music.
So who are some of your inspirations for this album?
For this album, definitely Kendrick. I have a song where I try to not imitate him, but definitely show my flowers to him by, you know, trying to impersonate him. And I think I did a really good job with it. So I can't wait for y'all to hear that, because it's definitely different. People would never probably think I could do that. So with this album, it's going to be mind-blowing, I feel like. I'm
really excited, man. Like, I'm really excited. Have you always lived in Massachusetts?
Yeah.
So your goal is to become this artist. How do you think living in the Boston area has impacted your career goals?
It's definitely great, because I'm still in my hometown and I'm still trying to make my name out here and try to show the city. I'm trying to like, you know, build with y'all, not trying to build against y'all. Because a lot of like the scene out here is just like crabs in the bucket, people say. I hear that a lot, crabs in the bucket of the Boston music scene. So it is tough, but when you meet the genuine people, it's real easy to build. Like, so when you meet the genuine people, that's the only way I feel like you can be successful in anything.
Can you explain the crabs in the bucket?
Crabs in the bucket is like a lot of people want to be in the spotlight and not share the spotlight, if that makes sense. You know, like they want to be the it factor and not want to lift up anybody else but them. So they want to do like anything beneficial for them, anything that's going to help them. At the end of the day, if it's not going to help them, they're not going to want to do anything involved with it at all. Yeah. Not even like share a post as little as that, you know, so it's crazy.
What are your thoughts on the Massachusetts rap scene as of now?
Talent-wise, I think we have so much talent, and it's crazy how like there's not many more artists that has blown up. Like we have Millies and Joyner and Bia. That's like the main people, but we have so much more. Like the underground Boston music scene is crazy. I think we have so many like artists, not even just rappers. We have artists, true artists. So I feel like someone got to make it out and try to push that narrative of Boston being one of the biggest music scenes, because we have a great music scene. It's just not, you know, exploited yet. So once someone does exploit that, then that's when people are gonna understand like Boston's like it.
So do you collaborate a lot with other Boston rappers?
Yeah, I do. Honestly, I like doing more songs with Boston rappers because I'm from Boston.
Fair.
But honestly, Mass in general, like if you're from Mass, I'm just gonna do a song, just period, because it's just Mass at the end of the day.
100%.
But yeah, I do enjoy working with, honestly, all artists. I've been working with artists like around the U.S. Like I have some in Memphis, some in Florida, some in Texas. So it's like,
Okay.
it's good, like getting a name out, getting around.
Expanding.
Yeah, definitely.
Music is great, and I love music, but
Love it.
what are some of your other hobbies?
Playing basketball. I love playing basketball, honestly. That's what I used to do before I started rapping. I was always like into sports, and
Okay.
now I kind of don't watch sports like that. It's kind of boring to me now. I don't know why, but I just got bored of it. I feel like I was doing it for so long that I just got bored of it. And honestly, just basketball. I like bowling. I honestly want to get into bowling more. Bowling is so fun, dog. Like, you ever hit a strike? You know how good that feels? Like,
It's amazing.
it's like pulling up from full court and making it. Like, it's just, a strike is crazy. So yeah, honestly, bowling. I like swimming too. And honestly, that's it. I'm kind of boring. I just like working.
That's fair.
That's it, man.
Yeah,
Just
I
like
mean,
working on music. But yeah,
Working
other
on
than
music
that,
and sports.
shooting hoops.
Seems like the life, man.
Hey,
Seems
man.
like the life. So you've been making music for now 2 years.
Yeah.
What do you think is the hardest challenge that you've had to overcome in those 2 years?
The hardest challenge, I would say, definitely keeping your confidence up, because sometimes you might feel you make a great song and someone might not think that, and you got to realize not everyone's gonna like your music, and you got to be your number one fan. You got to be your number one fan, because if you're not your number one fan, how you gonna expect someone else to be your supporter or fan like that? You know what I'm saying? So definitely overcoming any humps that you have, like say if you're like scared to go on stage and that's the only thing holding you back from blowing up, right? Like, you got to get over that, because you don't know what's going to help you out at the end of the day. So you got to do all these shows, you got to do all these songs, you got to just grind, because that's the only way you're going to make it. You got to be consistent and put out good quality, consistency music. That's what you got to do.
So does the stage fright get to you?
Honestly, it does and it doesn't, because I feel like I'm like a natural entertainer. I used to do YouTube too.
Okay.
I used to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
So I used to have like 1,000, but I stopped doing YouTube.
What did you make? Like, what content?
I would do like 2K. I played 2K and
Nice.
stuff like that. Yeah, I played 2K. So that's what I was doing. So I hit 1,000, and I just stopped. I was just too much into school and stuff like that, so I really didn't have time for it. But you know, I don't know where I would have been. I'd probably been like a famous YouTuber right now.
Yeah.
Like, and I probably would have started rapping after my successful YouTube career. But yeah, that's what I used to do. So I feel like it was easy to kind of entertain and still be like, have not that character, but have that like charisma on stage, and you know, show like who you are and what you do.
That's a good skill to have. 100%.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's definitely a good skill to have. Like, if you can make a whole room laugh, then like, that's an accomplishment, because you just made everyone laugh, and not everyone has the same sense of humor. So if you're funny to everybody, if you're entertaining to everybody, you're doing something right.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years, in terms of your career, in terms of your brand, in terms of really just everything about you?
That question's so easy and hard for me to answer,
Yeah.
because 2 years ago I wouldn't picture myself being here in 2 years. So like, you know, doing openings for people and doing constant shows and tours and stuff like that. I wouldn't think I'd be doing that 2 years ago. But 5 years, definitely another album. I want to have like 2 more albums out, definitely. I don't want to take 5 years like Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Kendrick, no shade, but I don't want to take 5 years. I want to, you know, keep feeding y'all as much content as I can. And maybe when y'all have enough, that's when I could be like Kendrick and take 5 years off. But for now, I gotta consistently just drop banger, banger, banger.
So what is next for you?
Right now, this album, after that, honestly, I want to just push and promote that as much as I can. Keep doing these shows and hopefully try to get another big opening for someone soon. That's definitely what I want to try to get. I want to get another big show like I did with the Sue Surf show. Mm-hmm. And I'm opening up for Acrobatics. I'm not sure if you know who that is.
Sure.
But Acrobatics, he's definitely like another underground Boston legend out here.
Okay.
He's cool, like terminology and stuff. He's definitely a legend in the underground Boston scene. So, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely a stepping stone. That's just someone to get knowledge from and, you know, learn from too.
Yeah, see how they built up their career and stuff.
Exactly.
I feel you. Are there any features that you want to talk about on here?
Features?
Yeah, for other artists or artists that are going to be on yours?
I only got Only on my album, I only have 3 features actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I picked them out. It was all 3 of my boys. Shout out MBZ, Which City Just, and Lib. So you know, that's just the 3 I got. Those are my guys. We honestly, I feel like I kind of started making more moves with them. Like once I linked up with them, we came here a little bit and we started doing more shows and a whole bunch of stuff like that. So we just been growing together. So that's why I've really been rocking with them like that.
That's awesome, man.